Yo, 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 what is up, my fallopian tubers? Cesario from the Vario, coming back at you with another video for your butt. And today's going to be a hat trick of video responses. So we're going to do 3 video responses, one for Jetman80, one for Dustin and Blake, and one for Mike O. So before we start that, let me just start off by saying Happy New Year to everybody. Come on, everybody. Let's just make this next year even better. Or maintain. It's all right. All right, so this one, the first one video response is for Jetman80. Man, what did you do? I forgot what it was. 400 subscribers. And what Jetman80 wanted was for you to show your best pickups from this year, from 2018 or last year. So the first best pickup that I had, I'm gonna show 2, but it's gonna be this 1968 Ron Tompkins rookie. Man, that's a beauty. And this one, it's not in the greatest shape, so I was able to get it for 30 bucks. I gave that lady 40 bucks and she gave me $10 back, so she gave it to me for 30, which was a great deal for me, ese. And then next, as you can see right here, it's the 57 Topps number 76 of Roberto Clemente. Okay, and this card, the dealer that I bought it from, she sends cards to PSA all the time, and this one came back altered. All right, so she what they meant by altered, they said that it's been sprayed on the front with shellac or some kind of shellac, or I forgot what she said exactly, how she called it, but some kind of preservative, you know, that they sprayed on the card that was kind of common back then. So it knocked the value down to 50, and she couldn't sell it for 50, and she gave it to me for 30. So these 2 are my best pickups, Sam, from last year. And it was 50 bucks total for both of those. And he also wanted to know your favorite card that you picked up. And I think I picked this up last year, or right around there. And it's this 2008 Monarch, Doc Ellis. And if you don't know the history behind Doc Ellis, here's your chance. Okay, pause it and read it. As much as I used to think I knew about everything about baseball and every player and all their stories, I never knew anything about this guy until about a few years ago. And so I fell in love with the story and this card right here, man. So there you go, Jetman80. Jetman80. And next we got Dustin and Blake. Alright, and what Dustin and Blake wanted was for you to build a Mount Rushmore, basically saying the 4 greatest influences in sports. You know, not so much the most popular guys, the best players, or anything like that, but just who made the biggest impacts, you know, is how I'm taking it. And when I was a kid and I was growing up in Mexico, one of my favorite sports over there, obviously, was soccer. And the biggest, I mean, the guy who had the biggest impact, at least in my childhood, and at that time, was Pele. I mean, he was all over the news every night. And so Pele would be my first candidate for soccer. And then next, I'm going to go with Jesse Owens in track and field. Boy, did he ever show Hitler. And then Babe Ruth for baseball. I said this before. I remember on a video a long time ago when I went live. And obviously I didn't, when I do my live videos, normally I don't post them up the next day or anything. I just delete them. But I talked about, somebody asked me the same question, basically, who do you think, you know, but just on baseball, who was the biggest influence on baseball and game changer and stuff? And I said, oh, Babe Ruth, because, I mean, he changed. The whole and now it's changing again. Believe me, with Cyber Matrix, it's changing. But he changed it the first time, for the home run ball, where they started putting in the fences and stuff. Because before him, they really didn't have the fences, and this guy built Yankee Stadium, the old one. And then I have Tiger Woods for golf. And the reason I put Tiger Woods for golf, because I used to work at a golf course like 20, 25 years ago. And Tiger Woods was at his height, at his peak. And it just wasn't the game of golf taking off. I mean, the chances, the opportunities, and the golf industry took off. Golf sales and everything, viewership. There was golf courses being built left and right, and then the big courses from the PGA were actually changing themselves to try to be Tiger proof. Is what they were calling them, because he was that good. He was so good that they needed to try to make him harder, because that's how good he was. And so there might be a bias, but that's one of the biggest impacts that I've seen and felt in person, was when Tiger Woods came on the scene. Man, basically what he did, as far as I'm concerned, he made golf available to the poor. Before that, golf was always considered like a rich man sport, or you had to have money. But after Tiger Woods, all these municipal courses and stuff, they were so cheap. And man, me and my friends used to go golfing, and my friends were like, grew up on Happy Gilmore. We used to go golfing, and say I'd be putting, and they'll be yelling like miss, like they just they used to step on your line and think it was funny when you're putting. It was a great time. Okay, and next we got Michael. And his video response, one of the things he wanted was to name 5 cards that you would want to add to your collection. All right. So my first card that I would love to add to my collection, that's within reason for me, that I could probably own, would be a 1963 number 496 Steve Dalkowski. Okay. And if you don't know who Steve Dalkowski is, he probably had the most potential of any pitcher ever. Probably threw the hardest. Wild thing in Major League. Partly, he was kind of a combination of Steve Dalkowski and Mitch Williams in that movie. All right. But yeah, he had the biggest potential. He just couldn't control the ball. 1964 Topps Giants, number 3, Sandy Koufax. All right, I'm trying to put that set together, and that card is probably the hardest card to get from that set. So I would love for me to get a 1964 Topps Giant number 3, Sandy Koufax. A 1968 Topps number 177, Jerry Koosman. I would love to have that card. That's like a dream card that's just out of my reach. So, but I mean, if I got my stuff together, I could probably afford one of these. But definitely, I would love to have a 68 Topps number 177, Jerry Koosman rookie. And then for my fourth card, I picked a 1973 Topps number 615 of Ron Say rookie, and with some other 2 clowns on the card. But would love to have that card. Woo! That would be a major accomplishment also. And last but not least, I would love to have an 84 Fleer Update number 93 Kirby Puckett. To be honest, I'm trying to get that whole set, the 84 Fleer Update set. But starting off with just that 93 Kirby Puckett would not be a bad thing. Okay, and last but not least, he wanted you to name 5 to 7 YouTubers to give a shout outs to. All right. And more or less of people who've been around for a while and deserve just another sprucing up of their name. So first one I picked was DB Tiller. So if you guys don't know who DB Tiller is, he collects nothing but PSA slash basically a vintage. He was one of the first channels I fell in love with his collection, DB Tiller. Check him out, man. Okay, then we got Giuseppe. I love watching Giuseppe's channel. His passion, and he's not your basic common guy collector. He's a little bit into the oddball stuff and into the history. He's really into the history of baseball and stuff, and other things as well. So I will give a shout out to Giuseppe1. Check him out. And then Be More Greg. He doesn't post as much anymore as he used to either. That's the story with all these guys. When I first started, they were up a little bit more, and they've slowed down. So let's try to give these guys a little bit of encouragement to start making more videos again. Be More Greg's into slabs also and vintage. At least I loved his channel and watching just all these cars that he was just. I mean, it's not exactly what I collect, but these guys all show stuff that I'm in awe of. You know, big time. And then Wenzel888. Check out Wenzel888. Funny guy. I mean, basically all he does is open up, packages that he bought or traded or whatever in the mail. But his commentary is funny as hell. Then we got Snoop12922, probably the newest guy from this whole group that I'm recommending. But you really need to check out Snoop12922. Okay? Really. Top notch. And when he first started, he came out as a set builder. So really attractive. But he has just exploded. And his content now that he has is useful to every collector. Alright. And then Watch the Breaks. One word. One of the first channels I ever started watching, and he was doing like professional videos, man, of like skits, like a comedy channel, like if you're watching Friends or something. Badass stuff. He slowed down big time because he's doing other things. I think he's really big on Twitter now and stuff like that. But Watch the Breaks. Ivan Glenn. Check him out, man. And Ricky Russo. Alright. Check out Ricky Russo. Probably the best modern time collector breaker that I know of. If you see the stuff that he has, that he owns, woo! Awesome. So, I hope that was satisfactory. Little recap, Jetman80, he wanted to know what your best pickups were of the year. To me, that was my 68 Topps, Ron Tompkins, and the 57 Topps, Roberto Clemente. And your favorite card that you bought, I'm going with my Doc Ellis, the 2008 Monarch Corona. Dustin and Blake wanted to know your Mount Rushmore. And I went with Pele for soccer, Jesse Owens for track and field, Babe Ruth for baseball, and Tiger Woods for golf. Michael wanted 5 cards that you would love to add this year. And are, obtainable, not, too tough. And for me, there's a 1963 Topps, 496 Steve Dalkowski rookie. The 64 Topps Giant, number 3 Sandy Koufax, which is a short print, which is why it's such a valuable card from that set. Because that set by itself is not that bad, but Sandy Koufax is one of the tougher ones. The 68 Topps, number 177 Jerry Koosman. Oh, that's a sweet card right there. That's an iconic card. 1973 Topps, number 615 of Ron Say. That's a iconic card also, as far as I'm concerned. Best third baseman ever is on that card. And you got your 1984 Fleer update, number 93 Kirby Puckett. And like I said, I want to get that whole entire set, but I would love to start off with just the Kirby Puckett. And YouTuber shoutouts, DB Tiller, Giuseppe1, Be More Greg, Wenzel888, Snoop12922, Watch the Breaks, and Ricky Russo. So there you go, guys. Happy New Year. And hope that wasn't too bad to go through. But those are trifecta response videos, hat trick. Love the hobby, people. Keep collecting baseball cards forever, as say. Ciao. I'm catching up to you. No, you're not. You ain't catching up to nobody.